So when you have an expression like this and you want to solve it, the first thing that should come to your mind is that this 5x plus 2 right here is going to be very hard to just divide it with anything because this plus here. So you have to find the common term for this and this right here. So if you look at this, you say 5 times 2, that's 10. You say 3 times 2, that's 6. So there's a kind of commonality here. So we can rewrite this as 5x plus 2. And we can rewrite this as 3x plus 2. So let's rewrite the entire expression. It's going to be x raised to power 4 over 3x plus 2, close bracket, then times 5x plus 2 over 5x raised to power 7. So x plus 2 can cancel out x plus 2 and 5 can cancel out 5. So we are going to have x raised to power 4 over 3x raised to power 7. That's 3 times x raised to power 7. So according to the law of indices, when you want to divide power, if you want to say you want to divide both up and down by x raised to power minus 4. So it's same as saying when you say x raised to power 4 divided by x raised to power 4 is same as saying x raised to power 4 minus 4, which is x raised to power 0, and x raised to power 0 is 1. And if you have x raised to power 7 and you want to divide it by x raised to power 4, it's going to be minus 4, and that will be x raised to power 3. So if you use that method, so you have this and you cancel out this, you cancel out 4 here, and it's going to become 3. So the final answer is going to be 1 over 3x raised to power 3. So C right here is our correct answer. Find the sum of 11111 base 2 and 1111 base 2. Express your answer in base 10. To do this, we can either convert each of these numbers to base 10 and add them together, or we will add them together as base 2 first, then anything we get there, we are going to convert that thing to base 10. So I prefer the second method, and to do that, just say 11111 base 2 and 1111 base 2. So let's add this together. So anything we get here is going to be in base 2. But before we start adding up, let me just show you something. When you have 0 in base 10 is same as 0 in base 2. 1 in base 10 is same as 1 in base 2. So when we now add these two together, when we add 0 together, 0 and 0 will give us 0. 0 and 1 will give us 1. 0 and 1 will give us 1. When we add 1 and 1 together, it will give us 2. But that 2 is 2 in base 10. But it's same as 10 in base 2 because we only have 0 and 1 in base 2. You don't have the letter, you don't have this number, this 2. You don't have it in base 2. So the next thing after 0, 1 is 10, 11, and so on. So when you add this together, it gives 10, which is equivalent to 2 in base 2. So now, having known this, when you add 1 and 1 together, it gives you 2. But remember, 2 is what? 10. So you are going to put 0 here and take this 1 to the next unit. So 1 plus 1, 10. Then plus 1 again is 11 because 1 plus 1, 2. 2 equivalent to 10. And then you have 11 because you add another 1 to it. So you are going to write 1 and take the other one here. So 1 plus 1, 10 plus 1, 11. Then you put that 1 here So you put the extra one here. So 1 plus 1, 10, plus this 11. So you take the 1 here and put the extra 1 here. Then 1 plus 1, you have 10. Then you put the 10 here. 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Base 2. Now we want to convert this to base 10. So to convert this to base 10, so we can start tagging each of these with number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what we want to do is from the reverse order, you say 0 times 2 raised to power 0, the number here, 0. Then put it in brackets, plus next is this number 1 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 3 plus 0 times 2 raised to power 4 plus 1 times 2 raised to power 5. So when we add this together, anything raised to power 0 is 1, then times 0 give us 0. So this is 0 plus 2 raised to power 1 is 2 times 1 still 2 plus 2 raised to power 2 is 4 times 1 that's 4 plus 2 raised to power 3 is 8 times 1 8 plus 2 raised to power 4 is 16 but times 0 is 0. 2 raised to power 5 is 32 times 1 that's 32. It's supposed to be plus. So when you say 32 plus 8 that's 40 plus 4 44 plus 2 46. So the final answer is what? 46 in base 10. So the correct option is B. So this question says R varies directly with T and inversely with M. This is same as saying R is directly proportional to T and inversely proportional to M. Say express T in terms of R and M, provided that K is a constant. So R is directly proportional to T. The same R is inversely proportional to M. If you want to rewrite all of this, if you want to combine these two expressions into one, you say R is directly proportional to T and inversely proportional to M. So we now have a constant of proportionality, which is K. So if you want to bring K into this, then this becomes R equals KT over M. Now, all you have to do is make T your subject of formula. And remember, if you want to cross the equal to sign, if something is a denominator, if it's crossing, it becomes a numerator. If it's a numerator, if it's crossing, it becomes a denominator. So M can go up and K can come down. So you can say R M over K equals T. The same as saying T equals Rm over K. So T equals R, that's option A. And that's our final answer. The dimension of a flower vase is shown. Find the curved surface area of the vase. So this flower vase that you have right here, it has the shape of a frustrum of a cone. Frustrum of a cone. So it would have been a complete cone if you have like the full length. So if you have a cone and you want to find the surface area of that cone, the formula is there's a curved surface area of a cone. The formula is pi RL, and this L stands for the slant length from this point down to the tip. But because you have a frustum of a cone, it has its own formula. Ordinarily, if you have the um, curved surface area of this smaller cone, that this frustum is just like you have a bigger cone and you remove a small cone from that big cone. So if you have surface area of the big cone and you have surface area of the small cone and you say curved surface area of big cone and minus curved surface area of small cone, that will give you the curved surface area of a frustum. But another formula you can use to get curved surface area of a frustum is pi, then open bracket, you have your r plus r. This r is the radius of the big cone. This cone, this entire big cone, this is the radius. So that's this r, and this r is the radius of the base of this small cone that you have here. So then you say L, which is the slant height. So this slant height, in this case, is the slant height of the frustum, not the entire not the entire slant height of the big cone or the slant height of the small cone. It is that of the frustum, which is this 30, and it is given. So if we want to put all of this here, remember in these options we already have pi, so we don't need to multiply pi by whatever we have here. So we can just say pi, this big radius, if the diameter is 16, radius is diameter divided by 2. So the radius of this big cone is going to be 8. And that of this small cone is going to be 4, because that's half of 8 here, going to be 4. Then you have the slant height, which is 30 centimeter. So 30. So this is 12 times 30, and you still have your pi. So that is equal to 360 pi. And D is our correct answer. Calculate the shaded area in the figure. So this is the figure. Take pi to be 3 whole number 1 over 7. So this is same as 22 over 7. So when you have a question like this, it means you are looking for the area of these shaded parts. And if you can get the area of this entire semicircle, and you can get the area of this smaller semicircle, so you can just say the area of the bigger semicircle minus the area of this smaller semicircle, you would have the area of the shaded part. So to find the area of the smaller semicircle, what are you going to do? The formula is pi r square, but because it is a semicircle, half of a circle, so you are going to divide this by 2. So you can say 1 over 2 pi r square, or you say pi r square over 2. Either way, you are still going to have the same answer. So the radius, if from here to here is 6, so the radius is from mid to this part, so that's half of 6, and that's 3. So for the small semicircle, so we are looking for area of small semicircle. So our pi is 22 over 7, and we want to divide the whole thing by 2. So, and we have r square, which is 3 raised to power 2. So we can say 22 divided by 2, we have 11. And 3 raised to power 2, that's 3 times 3, and that's 9. So we can say 11 times 9 over 7. which is equal to 99 over 7. So this 99 over 7, this is the area of the small circle. Now to find the area of the big circle, so the radius of this big circle is from this midpoint here to this part. So if this is 3 plus 8, that is 11. So our radius here is 11. And we have pi r square over 2. So we say our pi, 22 over 7. And because we are saying over 2, so we still have to put a 2 here. And then our r here is 11, so r square. Now, this can still divide this, and you have 11 here. And so now we have 11 times 11 times 11, because this is 11 times 11, 121. So let's punch our calculator. 11 times 11 times 11. So that's 1331. So we have 1331 over 7. Now, if you want to say 1331 over 7 minus 99 over 7, so let's just say 1331 over 7 minus 99 over 7 is the same as saying 1331 minus 99, anything you get, over 7. So 1331 minus 99 minus 99, 1232. So you have 1232 over 7. 1232, say, divided by 7, and that is 176. So our final answer is 176 centimeter square, and C is our final answer. How many pieces of string, each 8.5 centimeter long, can be cut from a string for 42.5 centimeter long? So you have a string that is 42.5 centimeter long. How many 8.5? Let's say from here to here is 8.5. 8.5. How many of it can you cut from 42 centimeter long string? So it's easy. You just say 42.5 divided by 8.5. So for those who have a very sharp eye, you will know that 42 is same as 40 plus 2.5. 8 is same as 8 plus 0.5. 40 divided by 8, that's 5. 2.5 divided by 0.5, that's also 5. So the answer is 5. But just to, everybody does not learn at the same pace. So let's just try something. When you have a mixed fraction like this, you can convert it to a improper fraction. So by saying 2 times 8, that's 16, plus 1, that's 17. You say 17 over 2. 42 times 2, that's 84, plus 1, that's 85 over 2. So you now want to say 85 over 2. Let's put it somewhere here. 85 over 2 divided by 17 over 2. This is same as saying 85 over 2 times 2 over 17. 2 cancel out 2. So if you say 85 divided by 17, if you punch it in calculator, you will still get 5. And that's our final answer. A car travels 3.5 kilometers in 35 minutes. Find the average speed in kilometer per hour. So this is straightforward. You average speed, let's call it AVE, speed is distance over time taken. So we have our distance and we have the time. But the thing is that when you look at these units, you have kilometer per hour. So this is in kilometer, we don't need to convert it, but this is in minutes. We have to convert this to hour. So 35 minutes, if you want to convert it to hour, 60 minutes equals 1 hour. So when you say 1 hour over 60 minutes, because 60 minutes is same as 1 hour, like when you say x over x is equal to 1, so 1 hour over 60 minutes is also equals to 1. So but it can help us change this unit here from minute to hour. So say times 1 hour over 60 minutes. So you can call this the conversion factor, just to change this sign from minutes to hour. So minutes can cancel minutes, and we're going to have 35 over 60. So this is hour. 35 hour over 60. Because this is 35, this is 60, you can use 5 to divide both. So 5 will divide this into 7, 5 will divide this into 12. So you have 7 over 12 hours. Now, we want to convert this also to improper fraction so that it's going to be easy for us to divide. So 38 and a half, you say 38 times 2, that's 76, plus 1, that's 77. So you say 77 over 2 kilometer. Then you want to divide it, distance divided by time. You want to divide it by 7 over 12 hours. This is same as saying 77 kilometer over 2 times, then you reverse this, 12 over 7 hours. Note the hours is now down, the kilometer is up. So now you can say 7 divided by 77, that is 11. 7 divided by 7, that's 1. So that's out. 2 divided by 12, that's 6. 2 divided by 2, that's 1. So now we have 11 times 6, that's 66. Kilometer is here. Over hour, same as per hour. So 66 kilometer per hour. Our final answer is D. Find the perimeter of triangle ABC. So this is triangle ABC. So this triangle, I want to find the perimeter. And perimeter is, you are going to add all the sides of the triangle. So from this point to this point, you add it, the length from this point to this point, you add it, from this point to this point, you add it. So now we already have this length from A to B. Let's call that AB is equal to 5 plus 9. 5 plus 9, that is 14 centimeter. That's there. Now, we now want to get BC. This BC, if you look closely, you see that there is a right angle triangle. In this triangle, there's another triangle inside, and this triangle that is inside is a right angled triangle. So this right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras theorem to get the value of this part. So this is the hypotenuse, So, and you have the other sides. So, hypotenuse square equals opposite square plus adjacent square. So, you have 5, you have 12. So, this is 5 square plus 12 square. 5 square, that's 25. 12 square, that's 144. If you add this together, you have 169. So, hypotenuse square equals this. So if you want to cancel out this square, so you have to add square roots. Square will cancel square roots. Then square root, you add square root to both sides. You use square to cancel square root, and this the square root of 169 is 13. 13 times 13 gives 169. So hypotenuse is 13. So this BC is 13. So we already find another part, another missing puzzle. Then we have to do the same to this part, because if you have the angle on a straight line is 180 degree. So if you divide it into two, and this part is 90 degree, this part will also be 90 degree. So this straight line, you have 90 degree. So this is also 90 degree. So that makes this also a right angled triangle. So we can still apply the same hypotenuse square. So our opposite adjacent now is going to be this 9 centimeter here and this 12 centimeter here. So if you plug it in and say hypotenuse square equals 9 square plus 12 square, you have 81 plus 144. 81 plus 144, that is equal to 225. And this is the square of 15. This is the square of 15. So you can say hypotenuse square, in this case, you say is equal to 225. If you now square root both sides, that is square root to cancel square. So hypotenuse is equal to square root of 225, which is 15. So we have 13, we have 15, we have 14. So 13 plus 14 plus 15, that is 42, because this plus this is 27 plus 5, that is 32, plus the remaining 10, that is 42. So our final answer here is B. Another thing I want you to notice is that if you're writing JAMB, every time you can save is very important. So there's this ratio. If you have a right angle triangle and the opposite and adjacent have the ratio 3 to 4, in this case, this is 9, this is 12. If you look at this now, the ratio of this is 3, 4. Then automatically, the hypotenuse is going to be the ratio 5. So you have 9, 12, and you don't know what this is. This 9, if you divide it by 3, you have 3. You divide this 12 by 3, you have 4. So automatically, this hypotenuse is going to be 5. And because this hypotenuse is 5, and if you look, when you have a ratio, you have a multiplier. This is 9, which is 3 times 3. This is 12, which is 4 times 3. So this 5, when you multiply by 3, you have 15, which is same as what we have here when we use the formula. So on to the next question. The pie chart represents daily activity of a student. If 1 hour 20 minutes is spent traveling, calculate the value of x. So one thing you need to note here is that this is a circle, and the total degree The total degree in a circle, the total angle in a circle is 360 degrees. That's the total angle in a circle. Then you want to look for traveling. You want to find the degree that will be allocated for traveling. In a day, in a single day, you have 24 hours. So this 360 degree is same as 24 hours. So because we have 1 hour 20 minutes, I'll prefer to convert this to minutes. You can actually convert this to hour. It can be in fraction, but I'll prefer to convert this to minutes and this to minutes for easy calculation. So if you say 24, you want to convert it to minutes, you say times 60. So 360 degree is same as 24 times 60. You have 24 times 6. So if you say 4 times 6, that's 24. You write 4, you have 2. Then 2 times 6, that's 12, plus 2, that's 14. So 144. So times 60, you bring the 0 here. So you have 1440 minutes. So this 1 hour 20 minutes, 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 1 hour 20 minutes is 80 minutes. So the x degree we are looking for is 80 minutes. Now, if you cross multiply this and you make x your subject of formula, you say x is equal to 360 times 80 divided by 1440. 0 can cancel out 0. The 144 is the square of 12. So if you divide 12, you still have 12. If you divide 12 here, you have 3. You can still divide this by that 3. 3 here, 1. You have 3 here, you have 4. 80 divided by 4, that's 20. So our final answer is 20 degrees. Evaluate log base 5 of 3 over 5 plus 3 log base 5 of 15 over 2 minus log base 5 of 81 over 8. So if you are not familiar with what logarithm is, exponent is like when you say you have a number, let's call it base. When you raise it to a particular power, the exponent, then it gives you a resultant. Like when you say 3 raised to power 2, it means 3 times 3 and it gives you a number 9. So when you now have logarithm, what logarithm is doing is almost like inverse of exponents. So the same base, let's say you have log base 3 of 9, then what it means is that what power will you raise this 3 by for you to get 9? What power will you raise this 3 by for you to get 9? So meaning 3 raised to power what is equal to 9. So the log base 3 of 9 is telling you what power will you raise to 3 to give you 9, and that is going to be what? 2. So it's a power game. So let's solve this question. The first thing we are going to do here is that we have this. If you look at this, there is no number before the log. If you look at this part too, there is no number before the log. But here we have a number before the log, and we can use what we call the power rule. The power rule in logarithm is simply means that when you have, let's say, n log base b of x, for example. So it becomes log base b of x raised to power n. Log base b of x raised to power n. So that's the power rule. So we are going to apply the same thing here. So now we are going to have our this is going to become, we say we have log base 5 of 3 over 5 plus log base 5 of 15 over 2. That 15 over 2 is raised to the power of 3. This 3 before the log. Minus log base 5 of 81 over 8. So now, want to like simplify this. So we are going to say 15 raised to power 3, then 2 raised to power 3. We are going to put into the equation. So now let's rewrite. We have log base 5 of 3 over 5 plus log base 5 of, now because we are going to do a lot of division, fraction, simplification. So instead of punching calculator for 15 times 15 times 15, we can just write it there because we might still need to like divide those things out. So when you have big number like that, you can just put it there like that. 15 times 15 times 15. Then 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. So that will be easy to divide. Then you have minus log base 5 of 81 over 8. So when you have a plus in log, and you this log base 5, okay, let me just write the rule here. When you have like log b, log base b, and you have let's say you have x here, you now say plus log b, let's say you have y here, it's same as saying log b of x times y. And when you have minus as well, let's say you have minus here instead of plus, then this will become division instead of times. So if you want to do that for this expression, you say log base 5 open bracket 3 over 5 times 15 times 15 times 15 over 8 divided by 81 over 8. So we can rewrite this as log base 5 3 over 5 times 15 times 15 times 15 over 8 times, so you put this denominator up and you bring this numerator down. You say 8 over 81. So 8 can cancel out 8. 5 can cancel out this and you have 3. 81 is 9 times 9. 9 is 3 times 3. So 81 is like 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So if you cancel out 81 here, you can cancel 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. This will give you 5. This will give you 5. So since we have cancelled out everything, we have only 5 times 5 left. So log base 5 of 5 times 5, that is 25. and it can also be rewritten as log base 5 of 5 raised to power 2. Now, when you have this, let's come back to this rule we have here. We say if you have log base b of x, it gives you y. But what is that y? If you have b raised to power y, it gives you x. So here, what is our b? Our b here is 5. What is our y? Our y here is 2. And what is our x? Our x is 25. So we have 5 raised to power 2 equals 25. So automatically, if we are now saying that what is the log of base 5, which is our b here, into x, which is 25, our answer is going to be y, which is this power that we have here. So this expression, the answer is 2, and that is why C is the correct option.